bring to your attention.
So to date, you still haven't gotten a copy? The email was sent out on Tuesday, September 2nd?
Checking before I came over here, Ms. Clovia, I have not received a copy. And guess what? When I asked the auditor at the audit committee meeting, I said, why is it that you release things to the media? And I want you to have, this is the copy of the city council put this out for his release. Why is it you release these things to the media and the mayor's office doesn't have a copy? And he said, well, I can't do that because if I gave you a copy, there may be some things in there that may have to go to the Commonwealth Attorney's Office in the event some people in the audit were involved with mismanagement. I said, are you telling me that you give things to the media and to the council, but you don't give them to the mayor because you don't want to compromise the case that would go before to the Commonwealth Attorney's Office? Obviously, he was boxed into a corner and he couldn't say anything further. It is an absolute shame that we have this kind of situation in the city of Richmond, because an audit and an auditor, particularly in government services, is supposed to see how you can make things work better, not to point fingers of accusation. And to the extent that when these auditors in the audit committee, and these are professional people, I told him, I said, you always have an exit audit. In other words, if I'm auditing you and I come to find out, I say, all right, Clovia, this is not going right, this is not doing right, what should you do? And then you say, well, I'm doing this, and we're trying to do that. Put that in the report. That's not in the report. It is
some of the changes that have been made
to
some
of the changes that should have been made are not
So
there.
why do you think this fight is so strong between the Wilder administration and Richmond City Council? I mean, it's been ongoing.
Because they don't want to change. They want it like it was. They want it to be many mayors. Shouldn't say each of them, because not all of them. Some of them want to run the city. That's
collectively,
like it used to be. Yes, they want to
having a city manager.
Yeah. But 81% of the people, even with the auditor trying to call it something, even though the headline, when the auditor's report from the city council, you saw what it said, 24% are dissatisfied with police services. That means that 76% or 74% are happy with it. 81% of the people surveyed in this report are pleased with the direction the city is going. Now, what is it that they don't like?
Maybe your leadership ability?
Exactly right. They don't like the fact that I didn't...
You think you've been kind of really hard?
Mm-hmm. Without question. I didn't hesitate, because I've called things like they were. I did it before I was elected. I've done it while I have been elected. There have been people who didn't like the fact and the way that I dealt with putting the school system and the people out of the building. They're not happy with the way the school system is being operated. They're not happy with the way their kids are being educated. I was trying to build and have tried to build new schools. No one even reports that. And I have been blamed for the Richmond Braves not being here. That's another of the problems. When I have only one vote, when I say one vote, there are 3 votes: Henrico, Chesterfield, and Richmond.
But you are the heavy for that.
Yeah, I'm the heavy. I've taken
as
all
executive of the state and of course of the city, well, formerly of the state.
Right.
But, you know, when you think about it, and we do this show monthly,
right.
I am in no way taking sides. I just want to hear from the city of Richmond, and if any city council persons want to come on, and if anyone from the community want to come on to speak differently about the reports that we have in reference to the improvements of the city. But you haven't just started saying that. You have said that every time I've been here.
Yeah. And what do? They don't call you up and point out to the factual differences between the things that I'm speaking of. And to the extent that that is the case, I want to tell you, when you look at the newspaper today, John Marshall Hotel is getting ready to be more officially involved in revamping and revitalization. The Hilton Hotel later this year opening up, plans for the development of the boulevard, the kinds of things we've already done in terms of a downtown master plan, things that have been neglected. And I can tell you, when I'm out on the streets, people are not telling me they want to go back to where it was. they want to see what these people who are saying they want to run for the office. What do you got in mind? Let me ask you, since you're not taking anybody's side.
Hold that break.
All right.
You know, hold that thought. We're going to take a break.
All right.
And come on back. It's Community Conversations, and joining me on the show is Richmond Mayor L. Douglas Wilder.